What's up, everybody? It's the Sports Chasers Podcast. Coming to you live and direct with your host and your moderator, Kevin L. Warren, along with his fellow co-hosts, Dorian, the D.A. Albritton, James, the Angry One Warren, Mike Mills, Daryl D-Dub Warren, and Dan K, the Hockey Dude. This is a real sports podcast for real fans. This is a sports podcast with no hot takes, no narratives, just real, unadulterated sports talk. Please be advised that there may be some colorful and explicit language. The Sports Chasers are the defenders of the fans. Now, here's your host and moderator, Kevin L. Warren!
Hey, what's up, everybody? What's going on, everybody? Excuse me. It's another Thursday night for the Sports Chasers, podcast, man. Coming to you live and direct every Thursday on our YouTube channel. Make sure you check us out on our YouTube channel tonight. Also, hey, before I get this in, before we meet the crew, make sure you subscribe to our newsletter, man. Hey, we absolutely write journalistic pieces. Every Monday it comes out, you get that email. But, hey, in order for you to get this piece, you got to subscribe to, our website. Hey, you go to sportschaserspodcast.net, scroll down to the bottom where it says email, plug your email in, and you'll get that piece every Monday, man. So shout out to the crew. Hey, let's meet the crew, and thanks for those that are watching on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, all that stuff, man. Hey, yes, I will get some water. Thank you, D-Dub. You could have said that out loud. Whatever. I got water. It's right here, man. It's right here. See, clowns.
Please.
Excuse me. You stole my thunder. Hey, going from the left to right on my screen. Hey, the aforementioned, the guy that said I need to drink water. I'll mute my screen. D-Dub, what's up, brother?
Yo, what's good, fans? Thursday night Sports Chasers Podcast. Glad to be here. Yo, man, we're going to talk some things. NBA Finals tonight.
All right. I got some water, as y'all can see. Thank you, D-Dub. Hey, the Angry One, he's here. He's here. Is he angry tonight? What's good, E?
What's going on? Well, it all depends on how these conversations go. You know what I'm saying? But it's another Thursday night Sports Chasers family. Thank y'all. Let's go.
Yeah, because E and D-Dub and the DA, they all blacked out their screen last week with Mike Mills with his stuff. But we won't go back there. Hey, our NBA contributor, and he's going to be here for the rest of the time that the finals is coming on. Ryan DeSouza. Ryan, what's up, my brother? How are you tonight, sir? What's going on?
What up, Kev? What's up, fellas, man? Thank you again for having me. It's always a pleasure talking sports, talking NBA, talking WNBA. It's always a pleasure. Thanks for having me, guys. Appreciate it.
Appreciate, man. That's Ryan DeSouza right there. Hey, everybody, your screen has not, I repeat, there's nothing wrong with your screen. That thing does say Dorian Jr. up there. This is the DA's son, Dorian Jr. He's joining us with us tonight. The DA will be with us shortly. Dorian Jr., what's up, brother? How are you, man? What's going on, man? Welcome to Sports Chasers, bro. Coming through, man.
Blessed, man. I mean, I've been watching y'all for some years now, so it's kind of cool to, my dad punching it in my head. Come on, get on the podcast. So, I'm excited to be here. I've been watching you guys, and I'm excited to talk. I'm excited for sure.
Got you. So
damn, has it been years for us? Oh my God.
It's been a couple.
Four plus 5, I think.
Yeah, I've been rolling. So, it's been really cool to, watch y'all, over the years for sure. Especially as y'all grow the brand in general. I mean, it's been super cool to watch. So keep doing what y'all doing for sure.
Oh, we're gonna keep doing it.
Thank you. That's love right there.
Appreciate that.
Round of applause, man.
Yeah, man. Oh, I gotta pull it up, man. I'm sorry. I'll give a round of applause. Hey, but with that said, guess who shows up on the screen? Can you hear me? The DA.
Yo.
Oh, man.
Yeah, there he goes.
I was hoping for that $5, man. DA, what up, baby?
Hey, man. Yo, Kev, man, you know what you did, right?
What I do?
Under his. You went on the Dorian's, it was Albritton we got so many Googles, but you went in under his, so I had to actually take the one from the other restream under my email and actually copy and paste it into this restream because you actually hooked up this restream the right way. You know, the camera is so forth and so on. So that's I got to use because the other one is still jacked up. So whatever you did, you have to walk me through that. But this here is this one here looks, I think, a little bit righteous right now.
Oh yeah, this one is You look
You look good.
Let me put you on the big screen right there. There you go.
There he is. There he is.
There it is.
Yeah.
There you go.
Showing shit. You know, there you go. There you go.
So DA, so you came on right after your son. Your son's here to join us talking a little sports tonight, man. So we're happy that Junior's with us, hanging out with us tonight.
I'm happy he's here, man. Married man.
There you go.
Congratulations, my brother. Congratulations, man.
I really appreciate it, for real. Thank you.
Baby, congratulations.
So tonight, just a couple of things, because we know the NBA Finals. I can't believe they're going to start at 8:30. We'll see.
We'll talk about that because that's a money thing.
Yeah. So, because they used to start at 9, but we'll talk about the NBA Finals. We'll leave the NBA for last. I'm going to talk a little hockey. I'm going to replace that. Shout out to Dan and Mike Mills in their absence. Dan is in the comments already. He's saying, "What's up, fellas?" Who's to know what Dan might say tonight? What is toxic self? Who else? Mike Mills in his absence. And like I said, I'm going to talk a little hockey first, and going to talk a little baseball, and then we'll get into the basketball thing. And DA, he has agreed. He hasn't agreed. He has asked and requested to moderate the basketball portion, so I can jump in.
I got some things.
He's got some things to moderate the thing. So he's going to have at it, and I'm going to be a panelist tonight for the basketball portion. So, with that said, let me start with the National Hockey League. The National Hockey League, it's all set. It's all set in stone right now. On this Saturday, June 3rd, the National Hockey League. The what is he going? Hey, you can't be doing that, bro. The Stanley Cup. No, sorry, D-Dub just did something. The Stanley Cup final will commence in Vegas. Vegas, who was the number 2 seed in the Western Conference, they beat Dallas in the Western Conference playoffs, the Western Conference Finals, 4-2. The Florida Panthers, their ride, they beat the Boston. I was going to say Celtics. Yeah, Celtics is out of here. Excuse me. And the Bruins. They beat the Bruins. They beat the Toronto Maple Leafs. And then they just got rid of the East Carolina Hurricanes. And hey, here's a fun fact: the Florida Panthers and the Miami Heat. I don't know if anybody heard this. I saw this. Dan told me to say that because Dan's been, they both A seeds beat 2 number 1 seeds in the same city during the same time. So the hockey team,
and the Celtics.
Yep.
So question.
Go ahead, sir.
Hockey is fixed. Yeah.
What?
Okay.
Yeah. Dallas lost by 6 goals in Game 7. So we just giving up like the Celtics, right? We just gonna bend over and let it go down, right? We just gonna bend over and let it go down in the last.
Oh
game.
no! Pause.
We understand that. Oh no! But this is what's happening, right? So you understand this Game 7, right? Like I don't understand. Like you die on the field. Unless because if they were 6 goals better, 5 goals better the whole series. Which they probably were, right? Because you only won 1 game. But I'm like, come on, fellas. Really? Like, I turned it off. I was like, this is stupid. It was like Boston, 88 points. I'm done.
They gave up. They knew they weren't going to win. At least the Celtics took it to Game 7. But yeah, they.
I'm like, it's the last game. Well, it wasn't Game 7 in hockey, but it's your last game. Essentially, every game could be your last game. I just think it'd be another sense of urgency. That's all. That's what I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
Hey, but in sports, man, you have those games where you just can't figure out what happened. It just happens, man. Sometimes you just get rolled, man. And unfortunately, that was game number. That was the 4th win you know, for the Vegas team, and they got sent home. So it happens, man.
Golly gee, man. In 1 week, I'm like, wow. I told Kev, like, immediately, I was like, 6-1, huh? This is what we doing now.
That's 6-0.
6-0.
The score.
6-0.
6-0. Sorry, 6-0. Like, I'm like, this is what we doing now. Nothing.
That's crazy.
Empty netters. Like, you know, look, we don't even have a man. We don't even have a dude playing goalie right now. We got an extra dude, and we can't get one. Like, come on. Like, stop. I'm sorry. Okay, go ahead.
No, you're good. So the Golden Knights. Let's just talk about the Golden Knights real quick. The Golden Knights. They beaten Winnipeg. Then they beaten the Stars in the conference finals and beaten Edmonton. And hey, this is their second Stanley Cup playoff appearance, finals appearance, in 3 years, and they've been in the league for, I believe, 4. Somebody fact check me on that real quick.
Yeah.
And Dan, who's our hockey dude, who's not with us tonight, he's in the comments though. That's amazing how they have been able to build this team the way that they have, and you know, when we think about expansion teams, right? You know, in all sports, you know, you just think of just losers, and they'll just be forever losers, and that's what it is. But hey, within the last 25 years, if you think about it, like you think about the Miami Marlins or Florida Marlins at the time when they won in 97, and then they won back again. They beat the Yankees in 90 and 2002, right? How they formed the team, and then unfortunately they tore the team down, and that's how it was. And you look at Vegas Knights, how they are able to establish this team, get the veterans in there, a little bit of mix of both veterans and up and coming players to create this hungry team that's back in the finals again for the second time in 3 years. And I think both teams, in my opinion, you know, they're very well, you know, evenly played. They played both the same style, kind of just like how Carolina, getting back to Carolina and Florida, how both were they played both the same style of hockey. You know, I disagree with Rob Brindamore, the coach of East Carolina Hurricanes, when, you know, how he said something about the score. And I'm like, hey, bro, the score is the score is the score. Y'all was lost. Yes. The puck took a couple bounces, hit the post a couple times for Carolina where they couldn't score. And unfortunately, it is what it was.
That's sports.
That's, you know, the luck of the draw, how the ball bounces. You know, it's just what it is. And, you know, we can
game of inches.
Game of inches. We can play what ifs for all of eternity. But what happens on the field, or the ice, the court, that is what happens on the ice and the court. I do
think that hockey has it right though. Like a lot of people don't really follow it, but the way they support and put the infrastructure around their new franchises is far different than, even though football gives their guys a lot, the reality is there's 53 players, so it's real hard to you don't want to say stack a team, but kind of give a team their leg up in the league because you're brand new.
Right.
It's hard, right? I mean, you have Carolina Panthers did relatively well early. I believe that the Jaguars are, in my opinion, they did well with Keenan McCart on them when they first got in the league. They made the playoffs, which is hard. Like football is a little different because just making the playoffs is pretty hard to do in the NFL, right? So everybody doesn't get an instant like lottery ticket to the playoffs in football. So if you think about it, I think the Panthers, they got to Super Bowl relatively quick. The Jaguars, they got to the playoffs relatively quick. I think they got Keenan McCardell and the other cat in the same draft. Like they got both receivers in the same draft, and I think Fred Taylor. Right?
And they had Brunell, so they had a good quarterback to go along with those skill position guys.
And I think they took Brunell from the Broncos to go over there. So he wasn't a bad quarterback. You know, he just wasn't a starting quarterback. So, you know, I got no I just think they probably do it a little bit better from an infrastructure perspective, but the rosters are not as big, so it's probably easier to do. right? So I think if an NBA team started the NBA didn't do it for New Orleans, even though they were not a new team. They got crapped on. So I don't know what the NBA was doing with New Orleans, but different story. But yeah, I mean, I guess the NHL just kind of does it right with their expansion teams because all of their expansion teams do well. Like, I don't think there's any that do bad. So at least not that I remember. The Devils didn't do bad. They got there relatively quick. Florida, Orlando, the Kraken, Las Vegas. Yeah. And even the Kings back in the day with the great one. Everybody got a little love.
Well,
the Kings were established, and then they came along and then
they went over.
Yeah. So go ahead, E. I'm sorry.
I was just going to say, at least in my opinion, I think what the NHL is like DA said, is quite different because honestly, they're not pouring in money like the other leagues. So the expectations are not as great to get guys in to pack arenas and make sure the fans is buying up everything and all that other stuff, man. Hockey, I think, again, I've said it before, hockey really caters to their fans, and what their fans want is productivity on the ice, and that's what they try to give them at the highest level. Whereas in the NBA or whatever, they just let's go get an Allen Iverson or somebody who's he's fancy with the ball. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's going to come out to see him, but you only won like 20 games that year. You know what I'm saying? So it's
on the casual fans on this podcast. Why?
I don't
because it's just facts. Anyway, that's just my take, man. I think I think hockey, the talent, I don't know. I think the talent is a little bit more. Well, like DA said, it's with the rosters and everything too. So it's the luck of the draw too. When the expansion team comes out, they pick who's available. So that's also something to look at too. So
they get a bigger pool. But also, hockey like baseball. Like I said, it's weird when you got less players. And I'm gonna shut up because I could deep dive on this for hours. But when you have like an AHL and IHL and the NCAAs all to look at to grab players from, those expansion teams kind of know, like, Connor McDavid. Like, it's just, for instance, if there was one out there, it's like, I want two of those, one of those. It's like going to the supermarket, because you can see the talent that's there. And unlike other sports, minor league hockey, which is kind of professional hockey, traits. Like, those kids don't come up. If they're good there, they're good here. Like, you don't have guys that are good in the AHL and IHL that can play and then come up to the NHL and suck. Like, you don't see that happen a lot. Dudes usually that can play here can play there, so it translates and it makes it easier, as opposed to sometimes with college football and basketball, the individuals that come up may not have the same level of success that they had in college because there are differences in the game. Right, in the field, the way hockey, the ice is the same. The lines don't move. Everything is the same, no matter what age level you play at. So, I think that bodes for things being the same. It's not like like college baseball, right? You got an aluminum bat, right? There's a lot of minor, the minor leagues are wood bats, but there are a lot of lower leagues. Like Kevin and I used to talk about this all the time, and that catcher using aluminum bats. Oh, there's a difference. There is a difference between swinging an aluminum bat and a regular bat. So, yes, there's a difference between players. But, Kev, go back on to the NHL Finals, and I will clean my glasses because they're dirty.
Vegas came out the other game, and within the first 14 minutes, they scored 3 goals, and then they never looked back. Wound up winning the game 6-0. Dan, our hockey dude, he in the comments, he said only change for Dallas was Ben was back in the lineup, and when he was out, they won both games. That was it. So,
wow, damn, Dan.
Yeah, Dan. Even when the comments, he's just toxic. So.
Yeah.
Go toxic.
Oh yeah, he has a couple names. He's Dan the hockey dude. Yeah. He's Toxic Dan. That my main man V Lack affectionately named him because Dan was really one episode he was going in. And Yeah, he was going in all night. Yes. So yes.
That night for everybody.
Dan said, yeah. Just saying, do you change? Dan, you're writing bad now. Do you change a winning lineup? I guess Dan is trying to say. I don't know what he's trying to say. Maybe he'll type again.
Oh, you know what he's trying to say.
Do you change your winning lineup? I mean, no.
When you do, that's what
he's saying. Yeah, he doesn't belong here.
You go with what you got. Got you there.
Yes. Yeah, when you put that dude in, we lose. So let's not put him in anymore.
There you go.
Let me inject some angry man
go ahead
in here. Yo, man, the only time that you change a lineup, a winning lineup, if it's rigged and you done pocket some money. I said it.
Oh wow! Somebody in the comments said the same thing. That's crazy.
Oh no, it was this guy.
That was me.
Oh, that was you. Yeah. Oh, I'm sitting there like, man, somebody said that in the comments. Man, that's you. Shoot. Now that's a valid point, though. I mean, I hear that for sure.
I don't know about it's hard to rig a. Like I said, at certain games, I don't know it's hard to rig, but we'll see. We'll see. What up, Jay?
Shout out to a couple of folks in the comments. Jason, Eddie, appreciate you.
Big dog, the dog.
Yeah.
Appreciate you in the comments, man. Checking us out, man. Show some love, spread some love, man. We here every Thursday doing it, man. So, like I said, the Golden Knights, Vegas Golden Knights, and the Florida Panthers should be exciting series. I'm picking the Panthers to win it in 7. I'm not confident, but I think they're both evenly matched. Their goaltenders, remember Florida, they changed their goaltender in the beginning of the playoffs to Brovsky, who's playing now, who's been hot the last couple of series, and that was a good move by their coach for changing the goalie. Because sometimes in hockey you got to understand that hockey is one of those things, especially goaltender, where the goaltender can get hot and he stays hot and
can carry you on that wave.
We've seen it many times.
Yeah.
Yes. So
it's almost hard to go against Florida at this point, man. Almost like looking at the Heat. Although I'm picking Denver, but this Florida team, the Panthers.
Right. And you know what's funny.
Good, Ron.
No, you know what's funny too. Like last season, the Panthers won the President's Cup. Because they had the best record. The Heat were the number 1 seed last year in the Eastern Conference, and now they're both 8 seeds. So that's kind of funny, man. So
that's a coincidence, isn't it?
Yeah. So it's like
I tell you, we got to start looking at that fan duel and these lines, and then we'll see where the truth is.
Yeah,
it's out there.
Well, and my point to that, like, I don't think the Panthers and the Heat are a true 8th seed in the sense.
No, for sure.
You know what I mean? So yeah, so that's the point I was trying to make. So yeah.
I don't want anybody coming to get me, Vinny and the mob. I'm just I'm just joking, guys.
Yeah, we're just joking.
Yeah, we are just joking.
Relax. So that's me.
That's right.
That's me. That is me with the NHL. Dan will be back next week to give you what has happened in games 1 and 2 of the Cup Finals, of the Stanley Cup Finals. So he'll be back, man. So and we're thankful for Dan. Dan always when he's on, he's one of us. He brings it when it comes to National Hockey League or anything that's hockey related. So shout out to Dan and those that love hockey, man. So we're gonna move right along. Hey, baseball's among us, as you can see. We're into June. I'll give you the power rankings according to CBS.
Okay.
Yo.
I think DA got something.
Yo, that blue hat is dope. You should have left that one here.
Yo, I wasn't even going to say anything, but you might need to. We need to give the digits on that one, bro.
We are absolutely working on merchandise. I know I've been saying it for a while, but we're trying to walk through the logistics. Yes, fellas, we will get you all blue hats here very soon. Thank you. So, okay. So, let me go to the power rankings according to CBS. CBS, we got number 1, The Tampa Bay Devil Rays, they are currently in first place still. They're 40-18. The Rays have started 13-0, and they have gone 26-17 since then. The the Texas Rangers, they're 35-20. They're playing very well. The Baltimore Orioles, they struggle for a little bit, but they're number 3. Hey, shout out to them picking up our main man from the Yankees. Daryl, who did we talk about yesterday?
Talking about Aaron Hicks.
Aaron Hicks. Thank you, Jesus. I was over Aaron Hicks dropping the ball in the outfield and stuff like that. And
DA, stop, DA, stop.
Come on, Hicks was bad news Baron, baby. He was bad news Baron.
Like, bro, I don't understand how he stayed so long with the organization, though. I just didn't understand.
He got pictures on somebody.
Literally, because I was like, man, this is bad, bro. This is bad. And his bat just fell off, and it just wasn't good, man. It really
hockey,
wasn't.
You get them slumps, in baseball, it gets real bad. So you can't do nothing. I mean, what my dude couldn't throw the ball from the pitcher's mound to home plate anymore. So once you get something in your head in baseball, it gets real bad.
They call it the yips. Absolutely. Yes. They call it the yips.
Yips.
So Baltimore's number 3 to Power Rankings according to CBS. The Houston Astros, Ryan's Houston Astros, they are 32-23. The
H-Town.
Shout out to H-Town. The LA Dodgers, they are currently number 5. They're 34-23. The Atlanta Braves are 33-23. They're number 6. The New York Yankees, my New York Yankees, they're number 7 according to the Power Rankings. They're 34-24. They are down a spot from last week. The Seattle Mariners, they are 29-27. They're number 8. The Boston Red Sox, they are 28-27. Arizona Diamondbacks are number 10. The Blue Jays are number 11. The San Francisco Giants are number 12. The Milwaukee Brewers, number 13. Minnesota Twins, 14. The I want to call them Florida Marlins. They've been wearing their back that throwback teal jerseys. They've moved up 5 spots. They're at number 15. They've climbed back to over 500. They're 29-28. The Angels are 30-27. Still think they should be better because they got 2 of the best guys in the league in the majors.
No pitching.
What was that, DA? Go ahead.
No pitching.
No pitching. Yeah.
No pitching still. One guy.
And he hits 2.
And he hits 2, yeah.
And he puts out garbage and sells Frankfurt.
Yes. And he giving haircuts in the parking lot.
Yes.
And he giving haircuts in the parking lot.
You give the number 1 against the brain, please.
Yeah. On somebody's grill out there tailgating before the game.
Yes.
No doubt. So the Angels are 16 according to the Power Rankings. The New York Mets, they continue their Jekyll and Hyde season. They're number 17. They lost 2 out of 4 to the awful Cubs and Rockies. And they're when they went out to play them in Chicago, in Denver. So they're number 17. The Mets should be absolutely better than that with the roster that they got, the pitching that let's look at their pitching real quick. So you got Scherzer and you got Verlander, right? Are this is like a New York Knicks thing where they sign players that are a little bit past their prime?
Well, they got rid of DeGrom, so
I don't think DeGrom wanted to be here, so that's why they said later.
Well, shoot, he's here 8 years. Him and Thor were here, right?
Yo, did you guys hear what Thor said last night?
No, go ahead, Ryan. What did he say?
Oh my God, he's been struggling, right? The yips or whatever. So he struggled so bad, man. He was like saying he said he would give his he doesn't have a son yet, but his newborn son for him to get back to where he was pitching. Like that's how like rock bottom he's hit.
Yeah.
So
the yips.
Yeah, man. So
he's still with the Angels. Am I correct?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, he's still with the Angels. So
and he's a power pitcher, so it's real hard for them because they only have. I think he only do 2 pitches. He may do the form, the 4-seamer, and maybe a 2-seamer and a cutter. I can't remember him throwing a curve ball. I mean, everybody has a slider. I can't remember having a whole bunch of pitchers. So when you're a power pitcher, right, location is what you got to do.
DeGrom was with you said DeGrom,
Texas.
Right? He's
DeGrom
with Texas.
Yeah, DeGrom.
Yeah, he's talking about
Thor.
Thor.
Yeah,
Senegal,
Noah,
right?
Senegal.
No, Senegal, yeah.
Noah.
And I thought he was with the Dodgers.
Yeah,
Dodgers.
Noah's with the Dodgers.
He's
Oh,
out there somewhere. But it's the Mets. You know what the Mets don't do? They don't beat the teams that they're supposed to beat. That's their problem.
well,
They'd
right.
be okay if they just beat the teams they're supposed to beat.
The Cubs and the Rockies, who absolutely not very good this year. Yes.
That's how the Astros started. That's why I can see now. I see Seattle scaring me because they've been good for a few years and they're beating the teams that they're supposed to beat.
Correct.
And they split with the good teams, right? They split with the teams that you don't think they're going to beat. They're going to split with, and that's the teams that scare you towards the end of the season. You know, Seattle does that. Like they got a good young team. They're pretty good. They don't, they actually have a pretty good young team. Actually, I'm surprised at the Giants, but the Giants do that too in San Francisco. Once they get rolling, they come out of nowhere and win the NL West all the damn time anyway. So out of nowhere. But it's going to be interesting, man. I don't think the Mets have any leadership. I think they got money, and I think we talk about this at other sports. Because you pay a dude a lot of money to be on your team doesn't mean he's a leader. It just means you pay him a lot of money to be on your team. It's real hard for pitchers to be leaders because pitchers are never in the dugout.
Mm-hmm.
So it's kind of hard to lead.
Exactly. And not only that, they don't play every day.
No,
See what I'm saying? They play every 5 days?
Yep.
Yeah.
So exactly.
They don't around nobody. They only around pitchers. Like on their days off, they sit in the dugout. They sit in the outfield.
Right. Because they're so superstitious.
Yeah.
And everything is a routine for them. Like, yeah.
That's
So
that's
hard
it.
for them to lead. They don't have any leadership, man. And I don't think Alonso, he's a great hitter. I like him a lot, but I don't see him as well. He hasn't shown any leadership stuff as of today yet, as far as being a leader with that club. But he can play. He can hit it out the park.
Yeah. So let me continue on. Yeah, the Mets, they're with their Jekyll and Hyde thing. We'll see. We'll see about that. The Mets are number 17. The National League champs, the Phillies, they're down 2 spots. They're 25 and 31. They're number 18. The Tigers are number 19 at 26 and 28. The Padres, the DA's Padres, his adopted team. DA, what is up with this? Why is the Padres? What is going on with them, bro?
Getting the drugs out of our system. We are tired of fans yelling and screaming at us while we're in outfield. While we trying to play our games, you be screaming steroids and shit at us. Let us concentrate on what we out here to do, right? And in New York, they say it in Spanish. Like, come on, man, stop. Tranquilo, man. Relax. Right? Let's just relax. All right, well, suave. Take it easy. And there's no need for you to be screwing this stuff at Tatis and my boys while we out there trying to get things back on track. But you will see second half of the season how this shit go. When we hitting everything out the park. Y'all see.
Yeah, Kev. I mean, really. I mean, I'm not concerned with San Diego. San Diego is only 7.5 back right now. To be honest with you, and that could be corrected if they just stay the course. Dodgers is losing, or they're not having a great season. So I mean, they could just stay right there. Just be easy. By the time July 4th come around, and you know what I say about July 4th. After July 4th, right. That's when everybody starts getting serious. So, as long as they just maintain the pace, they'll be all right.
The one thing, D, is with the money they spending on these cats, they're not going to have a fire sale after the All-Star break if things ain't right. They just got to get right because they're not letting anything on that team go. Like most teams, we'll let go. This guy, that guy. They got 4 or 5 guys that they're not going to let go.
Yeah. I mean, they done gave away too much to get the guys that they got, so they can't. Yeah, that is.
It kind of is what it is, but it is what it is.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Rounding out the power rankings, the Pirates, Dan's Pirates, they're falling back to the pack. They're number 21. They're 28-27.
Didn't last too long, Dan.
Didn't last too long. Yeah. The Guardians, Cardinals, Reds, Rockies, White Sox, National.
Kev, and don't even bring up that other green and yellow team.
The
please.
Athletics, they are number 30.
They beat Atlanta twice.
Yeah.
That's something.
No, they swept them, didn't they? They didn't sweep them.
With a Kuna on the team.
Yeah. Hey, did y'all see when the fan ran? Nobody even do anything to him. Like, ain't nobody here, man. Go ahead, bro. Like,
the play was going on, and it was like, well, I was like, wow. So,
man, the security was so slow. You're like, and the guy did a whole home run trap.
That was me working that night. Watch them kids. All right.
But is it official? Are they moving?
Yeah.
Well,
let's talk about that real quick. I saw yesterday the city council, the Clark County City Council for Las Vegas. They had a council meeting. It looks like on Monday. It was kind of rare to have one on Memorial Day, Monday, but nonetheless, they had a meeting, and it looks like a majority of the council folks voted no for use of public funds to build somebody's cooking. Okay.
It ain't here.
Yeah. So somebody they're using they oppose against using somebody's public funding for the utilizing of a baseball stadium. And I agree with that. Listen, the time that I did live in Charlotte, and the referendum came under to vote for a new arena in Uptown Charlotte, I voted no. I says that guy at the time who moved the team after he got he moved them to New Orleans. I forgot his name. I can't think of his name right now. He got more money than me and the rest of the citizens here. Use your own money to build it. And he left, and then the city wound up circumventing it anyway, and they still wound up building the arena in Uptown Charlotte, which is called the Spectrum Center as we speak, and they got it done anyway. They circumvented the stuff anyway. And on this show we talk about stuff that the citizens of New York, that's another state I led there, right? New York State got shafted with this thing that the Bills are building.
Themselves get shafted.
Well, yeah. Talk that talk real quick,
yeah. You let it happen. You said yes. So you could have told them no.
All you got to do is say yes.
An open air stadium.
No, you say no.
An open air stadium in Buffalo where you can get a dome. You've got to be out of your crack smoking minds. There's no way you do that. It's freaking freezing up there. Come on, stop, man.
So you're going to utilize the stadium a couple times a year?
Just the football game. You ain't got no concerts. You may have 2 or 3 concerts in the summer, right? So you only got 12 weeks. Maybe in the summer to throw something, but you got good weather. So, so it's on you. But Kev, you know something you just said, man, real smart. And I think, I don't have my tinfoil hat, but if you think about it, right? So they had that meeting on the Monday. You want to know why they had that meeting on the Monday? Because somebody was trying to pass that goddamn thing through. Well, nobody had to vote.
Facts.
And everybody just came on Monday. Like, oh, no, I'm here. They thought nobody was going to be there, so the 4 guys that was going to get the payoff from Vegas were there. They were going to be there. Me, yes.
Indeed, that's a fact because people don't pay attention to these meetings and votes and shit like that with city council, and that's how they're able to do that stuff. Because again, the casual fan, they ain't paying attention to it. They don't care.
So they don't care about their money, whether it's taxes or the stadium. So yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So getting back to that. So the Athletics. So they're in a quandary right now. They don't know if they're moving or not. We'll see when that comes to whatever thing that they're going to come. But we talked about the show. We just don't talk. We talk about the legal factors and some of the side notes when it comes to sports.
So what's Manfred going to do?
Say it again.
What is Manfred going to do? It comes back to him. This is under your watch, homie. Like for real. Like you are the commissioner, right? So if they can't move and they win 162 games, 182 games, they win 30 games this year. No one wants them where they're at, and no one wants them where they're going.
Well, I think the owners that currently own them, they did all this advertising. That's why so they can go play in Las Vegas. Yeah.
Again, somebody has to be the adult in the room.
I got you. You're right.
So if Manfred's not willing to do that, you guys, man, y'all gotta look and see how much these damn commissioners make, man. I make a lot of fucking money.
Goodell does very well for himself.
Well, they all do. They all get over $30 million a year, man.
Yeah. So, well, that rounds up.
They'll all have MLBT on the front of their jerseys when it's all said and done. Major League Baseball team. Because don't nobody want them, so baseball is probably just going to have to take over.
You got to be on that one. You
got to. That's mad funny.
MLBT. Everywhere.
Yeah, everywhere. Get your tickets now.
Your stadium ain't got nobody in it. We in it.
Yo. That's some real shit right there, though. That's real. I can see that happening too.
I can't wait till they unveil them city jerseys. Oh man,
they're gonna be bingo all stars. They just gonna be the traveling band in the car.
Yeah.
Oh man, so that's really funny. Thank you guys for that. I have nothing else at this time. I am going to relinquish the rest of the show to the DA. The DA will be the moderator for the basketball segment, and I will be on the panel. So he has he has the front screen. DA, take it away for the NBA segment, sir.
To nothing else.
I got you on that portion, man. Our technical people, they got you, man. You just do the talking, you moderate. DA is the moderator for the rest of the show. Go ahead, DA, take it away, bro.
What I want to do is, right, because my son's here, and I talk too much, and I really like Kevin. Like me and Kev talk a bunch, man. He always has like real smart shit to say about sports, and he doesn't really get to get it out all the time because we talking. So what I wanted to do was, right, real quick, and I think we got a good crew here to do this, man. And I apologize because the what's this thing here? What the heck is these guys? And because we never take anything outside of people, companies without giving them their props, right? So this is from the Ringer, right? So what I want to do is go over some basketball teams, right? Because I want to see what you guys think they should do, and if you have a player in mind that they could use to do it, fine. I can't give you all the free agents right now and all the draft picks because that'd be crazy. But if you know them, then you know them. If you don't, you don't. Because we'll get back to this probably when we're supposed to, like when the draft and all this stuff happens. But
free
I was
agency,
reading, and some of these things are so freaking ambiguous. I just, maybe bigious too, but ambiguous. I find them to be hilarious, right? So let's go with the Atlanta Hawks, right? So the team they need a catch and shoot threat because the cat they got playing two guard now can't do that. Positional versatility, and on-ball defense. First off, this is Atlanta Hawks. Do we agree or disagree, Ryan?
All right. So with the Atlanta Hawks, right, they're kind of redundant in the fact that they have 2 point guards on the team, right? They have DeJounte Murray and Trae Young. Now they brought they traded for Murray, all right, but they both are ball dominant, and they thought it could work, and they didn't have a bad season, but they thought it could work because Murray's taller, but he can't shoot from the outside. Trae is small, but he can shoot from the outside, so they're both ball dominant. Murray is a good on-ball defender, so they got that with that. But but I think the problem with Atlanta is they're just too redundant with the your best players can't play the same position.
Okay. All right. Kev, Atlanta, we're gonna move to another team. I ain't gonna stick long now. We're gonna stick and move. All right. Atlanta says they need, Kev, a catch and shoot threat, positional versatility, and an on-ball defense has to get better as a team.
No.
Agree or disagree?
Now, well, maybe I shouldn't ask it. Maybe that's the moderating me. I'm going to ask you a question because I was going to who's asking this question, but I'm
asking you. And the team needs to know. You're the GM today, and they want to ask you, what are we doing? What are we getting? Who are we getting? Where we at, homie? What are we going to do?
I'll tell you what I would do. Oh, go ahead.
No, go ahead, Ryan. Go ahead.
Like, what I think a good trade for them that would work for two teams is because I would say try to go and get Jaylen Brown from the Celtics, who, if you look at his stats, Jaylen Brown is a good catch and shoot guy. He can't put the ball on the floor because if you notice, he's always fumbling the ball. His handles aren't as tight.
Them cone drills.
Right, but both teams are redundant, whereas they basically have the same player. So Tatum and Brown are two wings, right? And in Atlanta, Murray and Trae Young are two point guards, right? So what I would do is either trade Murray or Trae Young, either one, for Jaylen Brown, and Jaylen Brown is from Atlanta, so I know he would probably welcome that.
That was going to be your problem, bro. This is going to be your foil. You can't take no Atlanta dude and move him back to Atlanta. But
Jaylen Brown is not like he's not James Harden going back to Houston. That, you know what I'm saying? That, you know.
How do you know?
Well, I mean, he's a conscious guy. I've never heard Jaylen Brown as being out and at the clubs and stuff like that.
Dropping them dollars consciously.
Let me. Can I? Okay, let me jump in.
Now's your turn, Kev. I got you.
So
is next, Ryan.
I'm with Ryan when with that. I think if they did make it so, like Ryan said, Jaylen Brown and Tatum, they play the same position. So they need to go. One got to go. Boston's probably going to keep Tatum. If I was, yes, absolutely, you can make a trade for Tatum. For Brown. Will Brown wild out and come? I don't think so. I think he would come there and be a consummate professional and play, right? And so that addresses that need. Then, as far as
Murray or Trae,
either I would say either one. Like if you're doing Murray, you're gonna have to send more back because Trae Young is probably have more stock.
Yes.
Than Murray, but Murray plays defense though, so
that's what
I would agree.
Yeah.
Murray plays defense. Yeah, I definitely agree with Ryan on that portion. What was the other part of the question, DA? I'm sorry.
That was it. It was if you agreed with it and who, if you knew somebody.
Yeah.
So, all
right. I like what Ryan said. This is definitely a good point. All right, sir. Thank you.
All right, next team, man. And this here was like I thought this was dumb, but I sent these to Kev because I found them to be funny too, man. So they said Boston needs hustle.
What? Hustle?
That's what they said. D-Dub.
What up?
They have hustle players.
Boston needs hustle. Do you agree? And if so, who's the hustle man?
No, Boston needs to figure out this money because they're going to end up paying Brown and Tatum. Okay, let me just start with that. And I talked to you about this earlier. They're going to end up having $600 worth of money tied up in two players. One of them got to go. And just like as I said earlier, just a few minutes ago, they're the same type of player. Boston probably is going to keep Tatum, get rid of homeboy. All right. Hustle. I don't know. I mean, listen, there's 201 free agents out here. Hustle. I mean, you want to get rid of what's homeboy's name? What's the I can't think of his name. Not White. I'm talking about the big man.
Williams.
Horford?
Robert Williams, I like. The other Horford. Horford's like 35, 36 years old.
But he hustles.
34.
He hustles. He does the best he can, at least.
Yeah.
He does. Yeah, okay. But
Marcus Smart hustles. Like their whole team is
that's what I'm saying. That's kind of a weird question. The whole team is the kind of hustle, but they missing a piece. And the piece is, I think that to me, Jaylen Brown and Tatum, they okay shooters, but they don't shoot like that. I think they slash more, get to the basket.
Yeah.
Get a shooter. That's my answer to them. And I really don't see too much that's out there as far as or especially on a free agent. I'm just looking at free agency list. There's nobody really to me.
Draymond.
I mean, yeah, man, please.
I think with Boston, what they really need, and they thought they fixed it by getting Malcolm Brogdon, because he had a great turnover to assist ratio, but he's not a true point guard. They need Marcus Smart is not a true point guard. You got to go get you a true pass first point guard, right? Whereas in Tatum and Brown, if you're gonna keep Brown, they don't have to make the right basketball decision. They're just playing on their instinct and athleticism and their finishing. They need to be finishers. They don't need to be people who are setting up other people. That's not their game. Marcus Smart is not a point guard. Marcus Smart is.
So you want?
They need a point guard.
You want Corey Joseph?
Corey Joseph.
Kobe White.
I would say Kobe. I would think more Corey Joseph would fit better than a Kobe White. Kobe White likes to shoot it. He likes to shoot it.
There's Derrick Rose. That's going to be a free agent.
Fred VanVleet.
Yeah, I was going to say Fred VanVleet.
Yeah, that dude hasn't played in 3 years. They
got to pay.
There's D'Angelo Russell.
No, he's a shoot first guard. He's a shoot.
Fred VanVleet. He's out.
Fred VanVleet wouldn't be bad.
We're going to move on.
Yeah.
All right, yeah. We're going to move on. We're going to switch it up.
And then you got your main man, Russell Westbrook. I'm sorry, D.A. Go ahead.
Hustle all the time there.
Chris Paul.
Okay. That's a hustle.
Yeah, there you go. Hustle man.
This is
all right. We're going to go to
awesome.
My son with the Chicago Bulls.
Oh, shit.
And they said they need a tank, whatever that means, ball handling, and shot blocking. I thought that Vucevic was all three, but he doesn't handle the ball. But what you got with the?
You said a tank.
That's what it says. Yeah, it's stupid, but that's what it says.
Lose games, tank to get a better draft pick.
Is that what
they need a physical presence?
A tank. Okay.
Well, Vucevic is a free agent, so I mean they could re-sign him.
Right. That's what.
So, I mean, if you said he's all three, I don't think you need to go far from that. I mean, a tank. If I'm looking at the free agency, I don't see. Well, first off, today's NBA, there is none.
I was just going to say that.
There you go, brother. There you go.
I think there's 2 tanks, and one just won the MVP, and the other one won 2 before that. Those are the only 2 tanks I would consider in the NBA.
I think the physical dude, and I would just say the physical dude that
that's a whole fact.
Physical with his baby mother, and he ain't playing right now.
Oh, Jesus.
Wow.
And you brought that up. I'm gonna let you hold that. I'm gonna let you hold that one, right? So,
did it not happen or did it happen?
Look, listen. We talk sports on this podcast.
Yes.
He already got
it. We talk sports,
The reason why they are looking for a tank.
Yeah, I mean, I would say if they want a tank, I would even say maybe more dogs, right? Jay Crowder's out there, because dudes like that, I even like the Horton Tucker cat because he could go get a bucket on your bench. And to me, I think that's very, very valuable, for any team. And I don't think he a chump neither, and I feel like Chicago is one of those cities like you got to be kind of gritty living in that damn cold, the way they do too. So, but what else did you say they needed? You said tank. What else?
Ball handlers.
Ball handling.
I mean, I think Tucker. Hold on.
Well, they've had point guard.
To comment on the ball handling, situation over there. The reports are Lonzo Ball might not play again, and that's probably why they're talking about they need ball handling because before he got hurt, remember they had the best record in the East
last year.
Last year before he got hurt, they were balling, man. So that tells me that, man, I hope it's wrong, man, but he might not play again, man, or he might not be the same.
I heard that too, which is crazy.
That's the word on the street, man. I don't think it's a hope right now. I think that's something that is probably going to happen. He's probably not.
I'm sorry to hear it.
It's part of the game.
I got to give my man Angry One in it, and I know I got the team for him right now. Sir, the Cleveland Cavaliers.
Sir. Shit.
They need perimeter shooting, on-ball defense, and a catch-and-shoot threat. True or false? And if they do,
true. I agree with all of that. Because the guards that they have, they'll go get you a bucket, but they're not going to guard the other team, as we seen when the Knicks went in there and got them out of there.
True.
What else did you say?
On-ball defense.
Okay.
And a catch-and-shoot threat, like someone that just catch it and shoot it.
I agree. They need somebody to stretch the floor so their guards can work more freely. Who would fit that bill? I'm looking at y'all correct me. Maybe y'all got better eyes. I'm looking up and down this free agents list. It's not. I don't see a shooter in sight.
You ain't lying about that.
I mean, so a lot of these things that we're talking about tonight. I mean, well, I'm gonna just keep it on the topic for Cleveland. They got pieces. One thing that Cleveland does have, they have tradable assets. So if they wanted to go and get a shooter, a Desmond Bain or somebody, I don't think Memphis would let him go. But I'm just saying they have pieces to go and make a trade. They won't get their needs out of this.
I mean, they can go get the other Curry right now. They can get the other Curry, Seth out there. And he's cheap.
True, but then
he's a rotation
it's still going to lead back to they need a shooting a 6'6" and better or taller person that can shoot and stretch the floor. Yeah. That can also like a 3-and-D type of wing. That's what they need.
Chris Middleton.
Middleton. But yeah, I mean, Middleton's they need somebody.
He's an all-star,
maybe
but he's
about to hit their
million.
prime. I don't know who that is. I would have to do some research. I can't think off the top of my head. But
Middleton's 31 years old, so I don't know.
And he's coming off of injuries. He hasn't been the same since that injury, so I would dismiss him. But, yeah, I agree. I agree, DA. Say again?
I said probably be a young guy in the draft pick, maybe. That can do it. Yeah. If we don't see none in the free agency market or trade that we think can do it, then that would be it. So I'm gonna give y'all one more team, and then we'll come back to this. You know, I want us to then get into the championship, and I'm gonna go one more team, and we're gonna spend it. We're gonna spin it. Oh yeah, the Dallas Mavericks.
No, I thought you were gonna say the Lakers, because boy, I have a whole lot to say. Oh, my bad. I'm sorry.
Nope, I'm finding y'all for talking about.
We're not doing that.
No.
Wow.
They need athleticism, and they need ball handling. And we're gonna start with D-Dub, and everybody gets some of this cake right here.
Ball handling
to help out.
Ball handling. I mean, well, you had Kyrie, and you got this other ball hand and Luka. Luka is a hog, and both.
Tell me what they say.
Yeah, that's fine. I'm like, okay, they had it. Kyrie's definitely checked out. He doesn't want to. He's gone. So you're back to having Luka holding the ball, and which I think is the problem. You need to find either you're going to get your point guard, a true point guard, to run the show, and let Luka. I mean, he has to find a way to do something else, because to me, it's just the ball is stuck with him. And you know, it's funny how they like when the ball is with another player, it's fine. But this guy, Luka, he's doing the exact same thing, holding the ball, and then at the last minute, then he's trying to find somebody. Then they ain't got the shot to give back to. It's a mess, man. It doesn't. The the offense doesn't move like it's supposed to, and thus is their problem. So I don't know what they're going to do.
I think they need an alley-oop big, man. A big alley-oop big, man. That spread, I mean, that's just going to allow him to operate a little bit more. And when he do get stuck, he can just throw it up to a JaVale McGee type. You know what I'm saying?
What?
Like, and they have, didn't they have him?
They thought Christian Wood was that guy.
He's not, though.
Right, he's not. So, right, because like he's good in the pick and roll game, but he just like his energy is not always there. Trust me, I know, because he played for Houston for so his energy is not always there. Like a Clint Capella would be good with them, who like you said,
he did great in Houston.
Yeah, exactly.
Also rebounder that just come off the rebound and kind of get off the alley-oop. Like that's, I mean,
correct,
that's
because
really important.
right, because when it was Clint and Harden, I mean that pick and roll and that lob threat was devastating.
Yeah,
devastating.
it was.
Right. So, and
you can't do nothing
right,
with that.
and Luka and James kind of have the similar game as far as the usage, the pick and roll, the ball handling, and the pace they play at. They can both pass. So Clint Capella would be a good get for Dallas.
Well, a young Clint Capella because he's old now.
I mean, Clint, what? He's 27. Yeah. I mean, that's
we'll see. Right?
Yeah.
But DA, to get to you, I don't know what to do for this Dallas team because and first of all, I would have never made the trade.
They need defense.
Kyrie Irving in the first place.
Capella's 29 years old.
Is he 29 already?
29 years old.
Jeez.
D-Dub, I'm sorry, D-Dub. I wanted to jump in there, but go ahead. Finish your point, dog.
No, I'm just saying I just would never have went for Kyrie in the first place because you got this. It's the same shit. You already had a point guard or somebody who can handle the rock, and then you got somebody else who wants the ball just as much as Luka wants the ball.
I'll tell you why they did that.
Guys,
moderator.
I always tell you why. The money, man. He sold season tickets for this year, the end of last year. Because people thought it was going to be Luka and Kyrie. Ta-da!
Great, D. That's great. But if you asking me about winning games
I thought the whole thing just on the team. It's just with the team.
Yeah. I mean, what the fuck? Either you want to win the game or you want to put fans in the seats.
Well,
Now you can do both, but that's not the way to do it. Not to me.
Well, I think nobody else on this panel said it, but I'm gonna say it. They need to start with fucking coach. That's what they need to get.
Sure.
But you don't like J Kidd?
Get somebody in there that has some kind of offensive dynamic. So Luka don't stand there with the ball like he the Statue of Liberty for 20 seconds out of the 24-second shot clock.
Yeah, I think Jason just said too. They need a new coach.
Thank you, Jason. Appreciate you,
Jason. Thank you, man.
Don't. Luka been playing pro basketball since he was 3 goddamn years old.
Let me tell you something, man. I'm not trying to get the ball out of Luka's hands. The dude's phenomenal, man. What we doing here? Get the ball. I mean,
I know what you're saying, but
get out his hands and then give it to who?
I hear you.
Well, that's the thing. Well, obviously, you need a GM too to get guys that can help him. Yeah. We've seen this act before. We've seen it with Kobe. We've seen it with James Harden, and now we've seen it with Luka. We've seen it with Russell Westbrook. How many chips do all of them guys have? Well, outside of Kobe. Exactly.
Yeah,
So we've seen this shit before. So you can sit there and dance all around with Luka. Yes, he's phenomenal. He has to be phenomenal because you're not giving him any help.
Well,
you don't have no coaching. You have nothing around him because you done traded it all away.
So he don't believe in Jason Kidd.
Well,
it sound like you don't believe in Jason Kidd.
I will say this.
He didn't do nothing in Milwaukee.
No. Wait, hold on, guys. I mean, they just went to the Western Conference Championship last year. I mean, let's not forget that. And Jason Kidd also holds him accountable that most coaches will not do because they're scared to get fired. Jason Kidd, I mean, I don't think Jason Kidd's the problem, guys. I don't think Jason Kidd's the problem.
Kev,
I don't think he's the only problem. I'm not placing all the blame on Jason Kidd. I'm just saying, okay, I'm gonna just say this. We say this all the time on this podcast, right? You need to have somebody that has a vision of what a championship team looks like. If you're the owner, that's what you want for your team. And then you need to go forward. You need to get you a GM who can get stuff done. You need to get you a coach that can get stuff done, right? If you want a defensive team, then you go make a defensive team. If you want a powerhouse offensive team, if you want an all-around team, you go and you do that. And you go and get the personnel that will help you flesh out that vision that you have for your team. That's all I'm saying.
Right.
Look, Dallas does not have that.
Right.
You have a great player in Luka, and that is it.
Well, what I think what happened with the trade with Kyrie is that when they made the trade, they got rid of all their defensive identity. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, you went from kind of having a balanced team to now it was just all offense. What's the guy name from University of Florida that went to the Nets? Finney Smith. You can't give up Finney Smith in that trade. If you know you're getting back Kyrie, who plays no defense, Luka plays no defense, how are you gonna get rid of your best defensive player? And it's not like Dorian Finney-Smith is like an all-star where you had to give him up. Like that's a bad GM right there. You getting back all this offense, but then you're stripping away your defense. Can't do that. Can't do that.
Yeah.
So let me get in here real quick. I'm with Ryan. I don't think Jason Kidd is the problem. I don't think he's like you said, Ryan, he's holding them accountable. But we all know in today's NBA, as we can see with some of the coaching changes, they'll just make, guys win championships within 2 years, and they want to get rid of whatever because
Right. And also, Kevin, getting back to whose fault it is, it's the GM's fault for not signing Jalen Brunson.
Yeah, I agree.
I mean, how do you not sign? You could have had Jalen Brunson. You could have signed him to an extension for cheap. Last year, you could have signed him, and did not sign him. So
I mean, my opinion is I just think it's a lot of the coach. They ain't got no culture. There's zero culture.
That's a good point too. That's a good point too.
I looked at the age too, and the oldest player that they have is JaVale McGee on the bench at 35.
Who doesn't play?
Who doesn't play? Who are they going to teach them anything about NBA basketball to actually create a culture of an NBA team? They don't have anybody on the roster. You think the kid would be that guy, but he's the coach.
I like Tim Hardaway. I like Tim Hardaway Jr. Tim Hardaway is nice. He can handle the ball. He can make shots. Tim Hardaway Jr. is he's a typical guy who he's not great at anything, but he can do all of this stuff. But he's not great at anything. But he's above average at doing everything. But he's not great. But I think but if they could have kept Finney-Smith, man, with getting Kyrie, I think that would alleviate some of the problems. Because they went from number 4 in the standings when they made the trade to number 11 in 3 weeks. It was crazy.
Well, they're going to have more problems June 30th when they're not going to be able to re-sign Kyrie. And this is going to be a bigger problem. And I don't see where they're going to go from here because they totally messed up the team as far as I'm concerned. And I agree with you, Ryan. I blame the GM for this whole entire fiasco because the whole team is all jacked up. And blame him. That was a bad job. Jalen Brunson, bad job. And they're not going to re-sign Kyrie. I don't care how much you're going to put the pressure on. He's not going to sign there. I guarantee you that.
Yeah, and you got rid of Dinwiddie, and Finney-Smith. I mean,
I just looked something up so crazy. The longest tenured player on the team right now is Dwight Powell, and that was 2014.
Wow.
So I mean, what are we talking about? I mean, this is a brand new team. Like they create new teams every 2 or 3 years. They don't even know.
Well, you're not going to win that way, but
you're not going to win
that way.
There's no consistency.
So that may go to the other. This is the DA talking.
DA, can I step in real quick? I'm sorry.
We're going to cut this to the championship right now, and I'll let you go, Kev. It just goes back to the business model. So it's like Kev, you told me about the Marlins. They win the World Series and then they blow the team up. Right? The owners ain't mad because they get the money. Win the World Series and they blow the team. They did it twice.
Hell, the Mavericks did it after they won the championship.
Yeah.
They blew the whole team up. They got rid of Tyson Chandler. They got rid of, they got rid of some other players. Like, and they were like, what the hell? You just won a championship. Run it back. What are you doing?
Hey, well, what you going to say, Kev? Because I got to get to Denver, man.
Well, look at you, moderator. Excuse me. Okay, let me. Now you know what I feel like. Let me stop. Hey, no. Dorian Jr. says something really well. He's talking about culture and tenured players. I think this NBA, we say it all the time on this show, how they don't have really vets, right? Sometimes to really. How can I say this? To really hone in or shape and model, the locker room. This NBA now.
Professionals have to be professionals, man.
You know what I'm saying?
How to be professionals.
Everybody. I know we're getting ready to talk about the Heat right now here in a few seconds, but you gotta love what Miami's done with their culture and with some of the vets and the mix of players that they have.
Hell, UD been playing for 20 years.
There you go, Ryan. Thank you. Thank you. I'm moderating. Thank you. You can take it away.
Yeah, you only been playing for 10, but yeah, you've been there for 20.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. Right, exactly. But that's that locker room presence.
Yeah, and listen, weigh-ins.
OGs.
We know weigh-ins, accountability from the top down. There's a bunch of things, that Miami does. And it's not to say that nobody else does it. It's just, sometimes the talking heads like to hone on it as if they are the only team that does it. But I'm sure other teams will because I think Denver is building the culture there with what they have, and they kind of stood behind. When he got the ACL, they stood behind him. They didn't, get up and leave and get him up out of there. They kept him up there. They kept him in there. They gave the Joker leadership responsibilities and made it hold his feet to the fire. Didn't give up on Porter when he had another surgery, and they brought in Aaron Gordon, who was the number one on the team he came from.
Yeah, in Orlando. Yeah,
told me he's going to be a number 3, and he said, "I bet," and did it because he was scoring 28 points in Orlando.
And kept their coach.
Oh yeah,
and had, who's a long
until
he
he
got that consistency.
And they'll fire him. They'll fire him after he wins. But let's get to that now. All right. So first and foremost, let's get to everybody's picks, and then we're going to talk about the what and why of your pick. So, Julia, what's your pick? Dallas. I don't need games. I'm not into that. Dallas.
You mean Denver?
Denver or
Miami.
I'm gonna go Denver.
Okay,
yeah,
Kev.
With Denver.
I'm picking Denver.
D-Dub.
Yeah, definitely. Like I said earlier, Denver in 6.
Yeah, me too.
All right. The angry one.
I'm gonna go against the panel here because I think everybody going Denver. I'm gonna say Miami.
And Ryan.
You're not going against the panel, brother. I am not betting against Miami. Miami in 6. I told people when they beat Milwaukee, I'm like, they're going to win the damn championship. Watch. When they beat Milwaukee. Miami in 6.
On the show,
I did say that. Pull it up.
Shut up, man. God damn.
Oh, listen, Ryan. Can I say something real quick? Can I get into? They were put on you last week, Ryan. I actually asked you if you was listening, if you see if you can either call in.
Oh yeah, you should have texted me, bro. Yeah.
We messed with you last week, man.
What happened? We what?
Everything basketball related. Like, yeah. Ryan's right. Ryan's always right. You know what, man, Ryan?
And to be honest with you, man, I like I was talking to to a couple of friends today. Like the reason why I think the Heat in 6, because I think this is the series where Bam is gonna shine offensively. It was hard for him to score against Al Horford, Williams in the last series. The 2 games that they played, he played against Denver. He had over 20 points. I think he's the key. He's always going to give it to you defensively, but I think offensively he's going to have to attack Joker and make Joker play defense and not rest on the defensive end. So I like Miami in 6.
Now, I just want to, and I'm not going to say anything else as the moderator because I'm not supposed to, but I will say this, Brian. Mm-hmm. That's the one reason why I don't think that Miami's going to win, because I don't think Joker's going to guard Bam. I don't think they can get
good point.
And I think Gordon and both Porter are both bigger than Bam, and they both physically can stay with him. So they don't have to guard Bam with the Joker. They can keep him out of trouble.
So who's Joker gonna guard?
Somebody small. What's the other guy? The other guy that stands outside and just shoots.
Strus? Max Strus?
Strus or Kevin Love. Kevin Love will have to score 30. You know, that's what it'll have to be.
I don't even know if Kevin Love's gonna get any minutes or big minutes.
So what they'll do is they'll make him small, right? They'll make Joker have to do something, and then you'll play that game of the Joker beat the hell out of us because we're playing small, or do we beat the hell out of him because we're playing small? But I just think from a basketball perspective, I would no way in hell have. Plus, that's what you did all season, and you got to hit him with a wrinkle. And I just think that's something that you would hold out. Like, listen, I don't have to. You know, we're going to beat them anyway, and Joker go out there and try to guard Bam. But if not, I know Gordon can guard Bam because I've seen him do it when he played for Orlando. I've seen him give Bam all kind of numbers. I've seen him guard him and give him numbers. So like I've seen it happen. But okay, so that's your reasoning for. So we'll go right back the other way. So, Mr. Angry One, what is your reasoning as to why you got Miami?
Man, both teams. I just want to say first and foremost that this series right here is not for the casual fans. This series right here is for us basketball fans who like to see different ways in how teams win, because both of these teams are quite different, right? They had different paths on getting here. Denver has been basically the number 1 team all year. Miami's had its ups and downs, but they got hot late when they needed to. They've been playing playoff basketball the last month before they got into the playing game. So with that said, I will say Miami only because on paper, Denver looks like they should run away with this series. I'm an underdog guy, so I'm going with Jimmy Butler. There's no greater underdog in the league right now than Jimmy Butler. And what he's done with that team, what that team has done is quite outstanding, and I'm going to ride that wave with him. And I think, too, and we'll see this game tonight and the next game, how much rest or rust that Denver will have with this rest that they've had.
Right.
Miami has been constantly playing, and we've seen this happen before in basketball, baseball, football, where the teams that usually keeps on going and they have to keep on going is the one that raises up from the ashes. So I'm going with Miami. I'll say 7.
All right. Mr. D-Dub, why are we going with Denver?
Muted. There you go. Again,
go ahead,
Denver's been the better team. Like I said, everybody was talking about the Lakers, and no, Denver was the better team. And again, although Miami is hot and they playing they're playing really well, and you can't deny them that for what they have done. So I just think it's too much Joker, Murray, and the rest of the crew. I think that inside outside game means a lot, and I think they dominate in both aspects of as far as the Joker and Murray. So I think that 1-2 punch is always good and should be enough to carry.
Good enough. Kevin out.
Why did I pick the
Nuggets? The Nuggets, yes, sir.
I got them 4-2. I think, Nuggets will win in 6. This will be an entertaining series. I'm with E. I said this earlier. This is not for casual fans. We already know. Y'all not going to watch because it doesn't have the pretty sexy team. This is for diehard basketball fans and people like us on this panel that love basketball. And you're looking for, like Ryan said earlier, some of the really good matchups and things of that nature. Real clearly, I think nobody's gonna be able to handle the Joker, and they're gonna have to try to solve for that. So they got a quandary: either Miami lets Joker just goes off, or you just try to contain him, but you probably can't. And then you gotta worry about the other guys that have been hot for the playoffs. What's his name?
ACP.
Yeah,
Aaron Gordon,
all those guys
and
Murray, who's been going off for the playoffs. So, yes, it was kind of a quantity, but I just think Denver's got more talent. Not saying that the Heat are going to suck at anything, because the Heat absolutely every series they have proved people wrong. Got a little scary there this last series, but needless to say, they pulled it out. But I just think Denver is they have more talent, and I think this will probably outweigh, Miami's skill and their will to win and all this stuff. And I just want a good series, man. I just want a good fought-held series, and hopefully we get that. But I'm picking Denver in 6, 4-2. So that's what I got.
All right, Mr. Dorian Jr. Who do you have, sir? And I know you have, but why?
Yeah, Denver. I'm not sure how many games, but my favorite player is Joker. 1, 2. I just don't see who's guarding him from the high post, because he's not going to beat. He's going to be a short corner high post this whole series, and if he's not, that's a coaching mistake, because there's nothing that they can do from the back cut perspective. It's just going to be back cuts all day, and then defensively, the Nuggets can throw 3 or 4 guys at Jimmy and just Jimmy, and that's it. You know what I mean?
That's a fact.
So I think that's a little bit different than the Boston series for sure, because they didn't have just guys. I mean, it was Tatum guarding Jimmy, and it was back and forth, and they were having that battle. But you got Jeff Green, Michael Porter Jr., what's the other guy? Aaron Gordon. I mean, and those are just
ACP.
3. KCP, right? And these are guys that are all 6'6", right? They're all 6'6" and above. So we're not talking small guys. So I just see a lot of defensive pressure to Jimmy. And if the other, as Shaq said, if the others don't show up for Miami, it's done, right? Of course, the others have been showing up for Miami. So that's why I think they've been as successful as they have been. But if somehow, some way they don't, there's no way they beaten Denver in this series.
I can tell you one thing. Another thing that I saw, this is just playoff wise. Denver gets easy baskets.
Back cuts, man.
Miami doesn't get easy baskets. They dribble. I mean, it's always a hard. Oh, wow! Oh, that was good. Denver back cut layup.
It's back cuts. I mean, because you got a 7-footer sitting up at the top of the key.
Yeah,
exactly right.
Gordon underneath dunk. And the last thing is that they got a fire extinguisher on that team. So I watched this with the Lakers, right? So LeBron or AD or Hachimura hit a big shot. Boom. Yeah, let's just give this thing to Joker and let's just calm this whole thing down, right? Yeah. So when Jimmy hit that big shot, no one else on the other team came back at him like, bow. Jimmy hit a big shot, Joker's going to get a layup. Guaranteed. Because he just does that. Like, okay, I got this. I got this. Then they give it here.
Yeah, he moves the game to his own pace.
Against AD, like, yo, give it here. I got this. Don't worry. Right? It's a layup. Or I'm going to do something and I'm going to just pass it and Aaron Gordon going to bang it on you. Bow. right? And it's just that I don't think they didn't see, at least, and I didn't watch them a lot this year, and I'm just gotta be respectful. But in this playoffs, I watched them a lot, man, and I ain't seen nobody punk them with no runs, where they was just like, oh, and they's out of it. Like, no. That one game in Phoenix. And then after that, it was like, yeah, okay. I guess Joker's brother smacked him in the head, and he's like, okay, I'll play. And they got after it. So, you know.
As you said, that another easy bucket for Denver. Yeah, it's crazy, man.
Played, and I'm not saying that to say, you know, when my son played, we'd always judge it by that in the sidelines. Like, who scores easy, who scores hard. Easy scoring.
And hustle plays, man. Hustle. And Joker just did. It's just a hustle play. Swiped the ball, got it loose. Aaron Gordon got it. He gave it back to Joke. Yeah, man. It's going to be a lot of that. So we'll see.
I will say, I'm going to just say this real quick. I see Ryan got quiet when y'all was talking about Denver. Ryan, if you want to change your pick,
no,
I understand. No.
I'm
messing with
not
you,
at
bro.
all.
I'm messing with you.
Not
I just want to say this.
Not at all.
All you guys have said things that were valid points, right? Valid points. But I will say this, and this will be another thing why I picked I picked Miami, is because I think that right now, Spoelstra is the best X's and O's coaching right now.
And adjustments.
He adapts.
He makes adjustments.
Exactly. So all these easy scores, you're not going to see this in game 3, game 4, game 5. You're not going to do that. So, I picked Miami. I'm like what Kev said. I just want to see a good series, and I think we got one finally. So, so that's all I got, gentlemen.
All right. So, Kev, I'm going to pass it back to you, because we're about to take 2 steps to the left, put up the deuces, and step out the door. But that's your role. So, my man.
That's all right, man. DA, man. Hey, man, I can't find my applause right now, but we're going to clap. We're going to silently clap for DA, man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Great job, brother.
No doubt.
On the trigger, man. DA handling the moderator for the NBA segment, man. Hey, man, this was a great episode, man. Hey, shout out to our special guests. Hey, Dorian Jr. for coming through, man. Hey,
yes, sir.
He's got
Appreciate you, brother.
Real quick, man. We do this thing called parting shot to the end, man. What you got for us before we get on out of here, man?
Oh, man. Just to, I guess, the people watching, just continue to love your life. Remember, you're blessed. You woke up today. You understand? And that's all I really got, man. I mean, that's how I wake up. That's how I live. So I want to spread that message to everybody else, too.
Appreciate that, bro, man. Thank you, man. We got to have you back on again, man. This was fun, man. Seeing you and your dad interact together, man. And
sure.
you know, y'all, sometimes y'all agree, sometimes y'all don't, and I love that, man. And that's what all this is about, man. You know, you have an opinion and you have something. Hey, you just say it, and you know, we talk about, we chop it up, man. Ain't nobody trying to hurt nobody, kill nobody over nothing, but that's something else. Let me go before you go left.
You about to go left, my brother. You about to go left.
Yeah. The angry one.
What you talking about, son? Miami all day, son. What you mean, son?
Put them glasses back on. Nope.
Yo, great show is always, man. Thank y'all.
No, we're not going to do that. No, we are not going to do that, Kevin.
Oh, God.
I shouldn't have said so. Go ahead, E. Go ahead. I'm sorry, E.
Nah, you good, man. Yo, great show as always. My screen bugging tonight, man. My apologies, man. I don't know what's going on with this thing. Anyway, yeah, we get it fixed. Yo, special shout out to Dorian Jr. Thank you, brother, for showing up. Appreciate the energy and the knowledge. You know what I'm saying? My man, Mr. NBA Ryan in the house. Appreciate you, brother, once again. We're going to chop it up about the WNBA, man.
Yeah,
we didn't get to it tonight, but we're going to chop it up.
After the NBA is done, we'll do that. We'll do that.
Yeah. And you know, my usual cast of Sports Chasers brothers, man. Peace and love, man. Y'all already know what it is. Yo, Ricardo, Howard, Jason, Eddie, Mighty CBD. Shout out to Dan and Mike Millie. We miss y'all, man. And yo, man, it was a great show. Everybody be safe, and yo, man, like I always say, man, it doesn't hurt to watch out for your fellow man, woman, and child, man. Let's make this place a better place, man. Holla.
Facts.
That's the angry one. We'll get on to D-Dub. D-Dub, what you got for us, bro? What you got?
Yo, man, appreciate everybody. Dorian Jr., appreciate you coming on. Yo, man, good show as always. You know how we do. So, yo, also, yo, check out that newsletter, man. The moderator wrote a great piece.
Yeah, he did.
I think probably one of the better pieces written, and it was about fanboys. And it's funny because it was just what happened this past week
it's so current,
in the
ain't
media.
it?
Yeah. So if you get a chance, just check it out, man. Just talk about the fanboyism in the media and what goes on in the media now. And I'm glad people are waking up and they're not, they're tired of being this program stuff that, is part of the problem. And, I'm glad that people like us who decided that, we're tired, get it on YouTube and able to do something else different, saying whatever you may want to do. And, shout outs to the ones that's out on YouTube doing something else different. So, kudos to everybody that's, trying to make a difference. And, this mainstream medium's garbage is awful. But that's enough of my soapbox. Yo, love your brothers. Holla at y'all next week.
Gotcha. Thank you, D-Dub. Ryan, what you got for us, brother?
Man, once again, man, thank you guys for having me. And just a shout out to you guys, man, for the platform, for you guys' hard work and dedication. Doing it every Monday, every Thursday. Man, salute to you guys. It's not easy producing something like this and keeping it going. So always happy to come on and and support you guys and give my takes. And thank you so much for giving me a platform, man, to talk about the NBA, WNBA, and things of that nature, man. So I salute to you guys. Thank you.
Thank you. He's Ryan DeSouza, our NBA contributor, part of the family.
Yes, no doubt.
Sports Chasers, Ryan. I got your hoodie and your shirt for you, brother, man.
Oh, sweet.
Yes,
yo, Ryan, hold out for that blue hat though, man, because you shit on us, man.
Yeah. Yo, I seen that this weekend, man.
After this show, B, you know what I'm saying?
Trade the whole team without getting the blue hat.
That's right.
You said he was receipts, man. He was the receipts, bro.
Awesome.
Nah, man, we're gonna get this merchandise thing rolling and rocking here. We just gotta work out some logistics here to get it right, man. So you guys can go to the website, click on it, and support us. Support. I'm gonna call it the movement, man. The Sports Chasers, man. Yo, we trying to do this thing, man. Shout out to all those that support. But before I do that, let me get the DA. DA, what you got? DA did again wonderful job doing the moderation for the NBA segment.
No doubt.
And he came to me this week. He's like, "Hey, bro. You always moderate." He said, "Yo, I want you to step back and just, while you on, hey, give your takes, man." And so kudos to the DA, man, for allowing me to do that tonight, man. Thank you, brother. I appreciate it, man. Love you, man. Go ahead, DA. What you got? Parting shots, man, before we get out of here.
On the serious tip, all right? I want everybody to listen. Sometimes the turtle is moving so slowly around the track that those that are running real fast and not paying attention will get to the finish line after the turtle only went around twice. Then all the turtle got to do is say, "I won." And everybody else says, "Yo, he won." We're the turtles. Y'all come back to us at some point in time.
Wow.
Yeah, think about that one. That's a ponder.
Don't let that go over your heads.
Yeah. Just draw a track on a piece of paper and you'll see what I'm saying. That's all. People going too fast, not paying attention. And you get there, it's like, "Yo, this guy was here before us." Shit, we only run around the shit once. Y'all ran 8 times.
Yo, Kev, that's on Dorstradamus.
That was actually my first football tryout. We had 1 mile in 6 minutes and 30 seconds when I was a freshman. And I was so slow, only ran it 3 times. But the coach wasn't paying attention. When I finished my third, he said, "All right, you good?" I was like, "Yeah, I'm good."
I'll take it.
Pretty funny.
Yeah, I'll definitely take it, man. Hey, wonderful show as always. Awesome show. Dorian G, thank you again, brother, for coming through, hanging out with us tonight, man. We absolutely got to do this again. This was a pleasure, man. Like I said, man. Shout out to my main man Ryan. Ryan, anytime I call Ryan is there. If he's available, he absolutely can. I'm there. He said, I just need the link, and he is there always. So salute to you, my brother, for hanging out with us and doing this. And yeah, I'm thankful absolutely for the platform for YouTube and allowing us to do this. And yes, you're right, Ryan. It is not easy. Making sure you're getting up here every week doing this stuff. And during football season, we do it twice a week. Right. And I would absolutely love to do this every freaking day. And I am going to do this. We are going to do this every freaking day, as every time we do this. So I'm happy. I'm really honored. And thanks to all the kudos. Thanks for all those that in the comments tonight. Hey, if y'all know somebody that likes sports and likes it in an authentic manner where we talk about it, man, holler at them and tell us to watch us, man. To watch us every Thursday night at 7:30 p.m. We might be a little late, sometimes like 2 or 3 minutes late. Back in the days, we used to be, as Dorian Jr. used to say when we started, we'd be an hour late. Yo, we an hour late. No, not anymore. Not anymore. We don't do that hour late thing no more. I got a couple complaints, especially from my old man. He's like, hey, I thought y'all said y'all start at 7:30. He said, y'all need to start at 7:30. I said, all right, Pop, you got it, bro. You got it. So we
Pop's punctual.
Yeah. Oh, you're left with him for sure. Shout out to Paul. Thank you, Dad. Appreciate you, man. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Sir.
The Guardians. Yeah, he's a Guardians fan and a Browns fan. Yes. Shout out to my dad, poor guy.
Poor guy.
Guard the Guardians.
Yeah.
Good luck.
Man, fun show as always, man. Hey, make sure you like and click and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Also, we're on all social media platforms. Check us out. We've been doing the kind of clips of us, during the episode. So check those out. Make sure, hey, if you want, anything leading on your heart, hey, click that QR code. Hey, give a donation so we can put the money back into the production of this show and make this show greater than what it is at this point. But I don't have anything else, man. But so on behalf of myself, I'm Kevin O'Warren, your host and moderator. For the DA, for Ryan, our NBA contributor, for the angry one, James Warren, for Daryl D. Warren, who's our boxing guy. Hey, for Dorian Jr. for hanging out with us tonight on behalf of absent Dan K and Mike Mills, man. Yo, this is the Sports Chasers podcast. Y'all be good, be blessed. Hey, we'll see you next Thursday, same time. We're going to do it again. Y'all be blessed. Have a great weekend. Later.
Peace.